Miss Shelley here. I am so happy that we get to practice yoga together again today. Now, before we begin, if you have a blanket anywhere in your home, it doesn't have to look like this one. It can be your favorite one from your bed, or it could be one that lives on the couch or in a basket. If you have a nice cozy blanket, go ahead and grab that. You can even pause the video and come back, or maybe call to a parent or a sibling if they could bring it for you, because we're going to snuggle up in it at the end. And if you don't have one, that's absolutely great too. But if you want to be a little snugglier, go ahead and grab it before we start. Now, today I thought that we would start with a breathing technique called balloon breath. And the reason I picked balloon breath is that now that we're getting into the month of November, we're getting towards, does anybody know what holiday? Thanksgiving, right? So we're getting towards Thanksgiving. And one thing that I love to do with my family is to go see the balloons get blown up in the city for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Now, if you've ever done that, you know that that's a super cool experience. If you've ever gotten to go to the parade, that's really cool. But November often makes me think of balloons because of the parade. And we always like to watch it when we start getting Thanksgiving dinner ready and start getting all the preparations done in the morning. We put that on the TV and watch it. So why don't we do balloon breath together? Now for balloon breath, we're going to take our hands out to our sides. And remember, we're going to sit up nice and tall and comfortably. And we're going to bring our arms out to our sides. And we're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe in again. We're going to breathe in once more. Be a big balloon and then go. And let all the air out. Great job. Let's try that once more. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. And okay, can we make the biggest balloon we've made yet? Let's try it. See how much air you can fill in your belly. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. And pop. Great work. Now, it's also been really rainy here. On the day that I'm recording this, it's another dreary, rainy day. So hopefully, maybe on the day you're watching it, you've had some dry and sunny days and you've gotten to get out and play. But if not, and you've been seeing a lot of rain, I thought we could also warm up with some rainbow stretches. And we could imagine that instead of all this rain, we're seeing the rain go away and seeing some rainbows in the sky. So what we want to do is you take any hand and plant it on the ground next to you. And then take your other hand, breathe in, and raise it up, up, up towards the sky. And then gently, any amount, bend over and stretch. And you'll feel a nice stretch in your side. You can bounce the stretch a little if that feels good. And just imagine that your hand has made lovely rainbows appear in the sky. Good. All right, now we're going to do that on the other side. So plant the other hand, breathe in. And then maybe you can even imagine the colors coming out of your fingers and painting rainbows across the sky as you lean. Good job. All right, so now we're a little warmed up. And the one thing I want to remind everyone is I'm going to try to give lots of different options and lots of different poses throughout today's class. But if anything ever doesn't feel right, if it hurts or something just feels kind of funny in your body, take a break and stop. Don't do the pose and just find a comfortable seat. You can sit like this. You could put yourself into child's pose where you bend over, or you could even lay down on the ground or on your mat or your towel, wherever you're practicing, and just take a little break. And then just jump back in once you feel better. We always want yoga to feel good. We don't want it to feel ouch. So we want an ah feeling, not an ouch feeling. All right. So we said that we did balloons because the Thanksgiving Day Parade is coming up. And that also means that Thanksgiving itself is coming up. And when Thanksgiving comes around, it's a great time to remember our attitude of gratitude or ways that we can be thankful. So that's what we're going to kind of model this class around today, is different ways of thinking about thankfulness. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sing our thankfulness song. So just find a comfortable seat with your legs. And you can follow along with me. If you know it, jump right in. If you don't, we're going to do it 2 times through so you can sing the second time and just listen the first time. All right. I am thankful for the trees and the flowers and the bees. I am thankful for every day that I get to laugh and play. All right, let's do it one more time. I am thankful for the trees and the flowers and the bees. I am thankful for every day that I get to laugh and play. Nice job. So now that we sang our thankfulness song, I thought we'd try a thankful yoga flow. So we're going to do a whole bunch of different poses and spell out the word thankful. Now thankful is a pretty long word. It's T-H-A-N-K-F-U-L. We've got 8 letters. And we're going to do a different pose for each letter. In yoga, a lot of poses are named after animals. And for some, there aren't, so we might have to get a little creative, but I know we can do it together. So let's start with the T. T in yoga is turtle pose. So this is kind of going to look like our flower pose a little. For turtle, I'll scooch back so you can see. We put our legs out like this, and then we take our arms, and we bring them under our knees. And if you're right here, this is great. You already are looking like a turtle. If you're able, you can breathe in, and then as you breathe out, bend your body at your hips any amount. And you might bend all the way towards the ground. You might only come halfway, but you're kind of arching your back a little so it looks like your turtle shell. So you have your turtle legs, and then you have your turtle shell of your back. Good job. All right, so then we have H. Now, I was brainstorming with my daughter, and we came up with hippo, and we came up with horse. Neither of those are actual poses in yoga, but there are horsey lips, which are kind of fun to do. So I thought we'd do horse. And cows look kind of like horses, so we're going to use our cow pose and pretend to be horses. So we're going to get on our hands and knees. And just plant your hands right under your shoulders. Keep your back nice and straight. And then we are a horse. Now, what does a horse do? It makes a sound, right? I'll turn this way so you can see. So we're going to breathe in, and then as you breathe out, let your lips go. It's pretty silly, but it's a lot of fun. Let's try that one more time. Breathe in, and breathe out. Great job being horses. Now our next letter is A. And again, there's lots of animals that start with A, but not a yoga pose that starts with A that's about an animal. So I thought we would try an armadillo. Now, if you've ever seen an armadillo, they have the armored plates on their back, and they can roll up into a little ball to protect themselves from predators. So we're going to use child's pose to be an armadillo today. So we're going to come on to sit kind of our bum up back onto our feet, and then we're going to breathe in. And then as we breathe out, we're going to fold over and be a little ball. And now we're a little protected armadillo. Okay, you can come back out of that. Now the next one is one of my absolute favorite yoga poses. We are going to do the N, and N stands for newt in this case, and a newt, if you don't know, is a lizard. So we're going to do lizard pose. So we're going to kind of come up onto our knees. You're going to bring one foot forward and keep it bent. And then maybe I'll turn to the side so you can better see. And then this foot you're going to kick back, and we're in a low lunge, and then we're going to take both of these hands and put them on one side of the leg. So you can even push your leg out a little further. It looks like that. If I turn this way so you can see, just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. Looks just like that. Good work. Now let's switch legs. Come back up onto your knees. Put the other leg out. Bend it. Kick back your back leg, and it kind of looks like your lizard tail, right? And then bring your 2 arms on the side of your leg. Great job. This one's a little tricky, so if you're following along and you're doing that, that's a great job. Good job challenging yourself. All right, and then we'll come right out of it. Now for the K, I thought of kangaroo. We've done that one before if you've ever done. I think we did that in the kindness flow. But I also thought of koala. And koalas like to cling, the koala babies cling to their moms, and koalas cling to branches. So I thought we'd use our eagle pose because that looks a lot like a koala clinging to a branch. I'm going to show you 2 different versions of it because it's another one that's a little tricky, especially the first time you try it. So we'll start with just our eagle arms. we take both of our arms out like this. You bring one arm underneath, and then you bring them together. Now, if you can just touch your backs of your hands together, that's great. If you can only get to about here, that's great too. And if you want to try it, full eagle, we twist our hands and we bring them so we are now facing palm to palm. Good job. And we do eagle legs. I'll show you standing up, but if you want, you can just cross your legs one over the other right now. And this is a great version of seated eagle or seated koala. All right, now we're going to try that one once more. We'll do the other side and we'll try it standing, just so you can get a feel for the pose. Take your arms out to the sides again, and then whichever arm was underneath before is going to be the top arm. So switch your arms, and remember, you can bring them here. You can bring them all the way around, or you can even just have them here. Whatever feels comfortable in your body today. And then we're going to bring up one leg, and you can just wrap it like this and keep it down on the ground like a kickstand that keeps you supported. You can bring it up and try balancing a little. And if you're able, you can even wrap those toes around the back of your calf, the lower part of your leg. So lots of different ways we can modify it. We can put our foot here on the ground, bring it up, or try to wrap it all the way around, and you just did koala pose. Great job. All right, so then we have an F. Now, what's an animal that starts with F? I think they're really fun. It's a frog. And froggy pose in yoga is really fun. We're going to come forward on our hands, and then you just bring your feet out to the side and keep your toes down and your heels up. And you look like this. You look like a little frog. You can keep your hands down for support on the ground. You could bring them to your heart if you want to be a little bouncy frog, and then you can even take some jumps. Go ahead and do some froggy jumps. Be nice and safe, but see if you can get a little higher. Land on your toes gently. Great work. Now we have you. So we're almost done with the word thankful. For you, there aren't a lot of animals that start with you. I thought of unicorn, and if we know anything about unicorns, we know they're a lot like horses. We did horse pose earlier in the class, or earlier in this flow. Now we're going to do unicorn. So we're going to come to the same position on hands and knees and have a nice flat back. But for unicorn, we're going to make this pose just a little bit trickier, and we're going to keep one hand on the ground, firmly on the ground, and then raise our other hand up and pretend it's our unicorn horn. Good work. Let's try that once on the other side as well. So plant your other hand firmly on the ground and raise your horn up. Unicorn. Good job. Now our very last letter is L. And L, there is a pose in yoga. It's lion pose. And this one is really fun. So if it's comfortable, sit on your kneeling with your bum on your feet. Otherwise, you can always sit in a simple crisscross applesauce pose too. And what we're going to do, I'll come close so you can see this one. So lion's breath, we take a breath in, and then we let it out, and we're going to stick out our tongue, and we're going to roll our eyes up to the sky. It's super silly, and it's a lot of fun. If you're ever feeling kind of like frustrated too, or a little angry, this is a fun one to do, and it just kind of gets out all the worries. So we're going to put our paws up. Get your claws, your lion claws. We're going to breathe in. And then lion's breath. Good job. You can even roar if you want. Breathe in. And go, roar. Good work. Let's do it once more. Breathe in. Tongues out. Look to the sky. Great job. Lion's breath is a really fun one, I think. So that was great work doing a thankfulness flow with me. And now I want you all to think. Try to think of something that you might be thankful for. There are some things that are really easy, like you wake up in the morning and you're thankful that you have a brand new day, or you're thankful for your family or your friends or your pets. But there also might be some situations where you kind of have to flip the script. You don't know how you'd be thankful or what you should be thankful for. So let's think about a few of those. Maybe it's a dreary day like it is outside and you are having a tough time waking up and you just don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to go to school or do whatever you have to do that day. What could you be thankful about there? You could be thankful that you have such a warm, cozy bed that you don't want to get out of it. You could also maybe be thankful that a mom or a dad or a grandparent gave you a few extra minutes to snuggle deep down in your covers and stay cozy instead of making you get up right away. So there are some little things that you can be thankful for, even if overall you'd rather just not get out of bed, right? Let's think of another one. What about if you were fighting with a sibling over sharing a toy? That's a really hard one. That happens a lot in our house. So what could we be thankful for there? Well, we could be thankful that we have a sibling. Even in the moment, we might not be super happy, but siblings are pretty cool, right? They are like a built-in playmate. They can go on adventures with us. Maybe they can read stories with us or watch family movies or snuggle with us. And they also can help us with chores, so we don't have to do all the chores ourselves. So that's kind of a great thing, right? And we could also be thankful that we have such cool toys that we both want to play with it so much. So right in the moment, we're not really thankful that we have to share, but it is so cool that we have such awesome, fun toys to play with. And maybe one more. What if you had a tough day at school? Maybe you had a surprise test or assignment you didn't do too well on, and you're not feeling so great. That's tough to be thankful, right? But what if your friends cheer you up? That's a great thing to be thankful for, your friends. You might be thankful for your teacher who said, "It's okay, we'll learn together and I'll help you." That's a great person to support you in your life. And you might be thankful again that tomorrow's a new day. It's going to be different than today, and we can look forward to that too. So sometimes it's really easy to come up with things we're thankful for. I'm thankful for ice cream or chocolate. I'm thankful for sunny days where I get to go out and hike. And sometimes, like we looked at, it can be a little harder to be thankful. But if we think a little bit harder about it, we might be able to find a way to be thankful about a tricky situation. There might still be some good in it, right? So what I'm going to encourage you to do is try to think every day of maybe 2 or 3 things that you're thankful for. You could write it down. You could say it out loud to someone or say a thank you to someone, or you could just think it in your head. But just try to save a couple minutes to come up with those. It could be maybe at bath time. It could be when you're headed to bed. It could be sharing with your family at the dinner table. But what we call that is an attitude of gratitude. And the more often we're able to find the good in the day and the things that we're thankful for and the things that went well, the better we're going to have in life. We're going to have a better, happier day. All right, so now that we talked about thankfulness, one thing I love about Thanksgiving is all the yummy food. I think we are going to play the sandwich game, but we're going to do it as a Thanksgiving leftovers edition. So we might put all kinds of crazy things on the sandwich, and remember, if there's anything you don't like, you can always dump it off at the end, okay? So let's put our legs out. We got our sandwich ready. This is our first slice of bread. And let's see, what should we put on first? I think on one side, I'm going to put on some of that yummy gravy we had at Thanksgiving. So maybe I will take a spoon and go splop, splop, splop. Use my other hand, splop, splop, splop. And then we want to smear it all over the bread. All right, then let's see. Maybe I have some turkey or some tofurkey or whatever sort of meat or other type of protein we had. Let's put that on. So we put it on, put it all the way on, and pat, 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 pat. Okay, good job. Now, maybe we're going to do something funny. Maybe we'll put on mashed potatoes on our sandwich. Should we try that? So that's another scooper. Big scoop, plop. Big scoop, plop. Let's do another one. Big scoop, plop. Big scoop, plop. Maybe we smear that in a little bit. Smear, 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 smear. Let's see, what else? Oh, stuffing. I know my family always does cornbread and chorizo stuffing, so it's sort of sweet and spicy. Whatever kind of stuffing you guys might do, let's go ahead and put some of that on. So I think that's kind of crumbling. Crumble, 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 crumble. Crumble, 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 crumble. Good job. And then, should we do something really goofy? What if we put some of the cranberry sauce on? Should we try that? Let's squeeze it on. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the cranberry sauce. Smear it on. Make sure that's good. Does that sound good, or should we put something even goofier? Should we put maybe some marshmallows that we had in our sweet potatoes? That's really silly, right? Like, bloop, 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 bloop. Go ahead, put them on. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Good job. Okay. I think my sandwich looks pretty full. Does yours look pretty full? If there's anything else you want to add, go ahead and think about it and add it on right now. Now, if there was anything you didn't like on there, maybe you don't like turkey, or maybe you don't like potatoes, or you thought marshmallows was just a little too weird, let's go ahead and dump that off now. So I'm turning to my side. You don't have to. We're gonna put our hands back, and we're gonna come up, stick your feet out, and make yourself into a ramp. Good job. And everything you don't like is just sliding right off. Great work. So then we have to put the top piece of bread on. Stretch your legs out front again. Lift your arms up nice and high. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, fold over. There goes that big piece of bread. Great work. Looks like our sandwich is ready to go. Should we give it a try? Let's go into table. So we're going to come up again. And we go like this. Now, if this is too tricky, you can just sit and eat your sandwich this way. But if you want to give it a try, push up into table. And then we go num, 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 num. Num, 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 num. Try again. Num, 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 num. Once more. Num, 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 num. Oh, that was delicious. I am stuffed. I hope you enjoyed your sandwich too. All right. So now I was thinking of one more thing I think about in the fall. And this one is not going to sound like something you'd probably expect. I think of monarch butterflies. Now, when you think of butterflies, a lot of times you think of spring or summer, but monarchs are really cool. Just like a lot of birds, they migrate for the winter. So it's cold and dreary up here. They fly further south to get warm for warmer climates to spend their winter in. So I thought we would first sing a butterfly song, and then when we do our relaxation, we'll do a monarch migration relaxation today. So let's get our feet together, bring them down, and then you have your little butterfly wings. And if you know I'm a Little Teapot, that's this song, but just with different words. So we'll sing it 2 times through as well, so you can get the hang of it. Okay, bring up your antennas. I'm a little butterfly, light and free. I have wings like a fairy, landing on the flowers that I see. Won't you come and fly with me? Try that once more. I'm a little butterfly, light and free. I have wings like a fairy, landing on the flowers that I see. Won't you come and fly with me? Great job, everyone. Okay, so now we're going to get ready for our monarch migration relaxation. So, if you have that cozy blanket, go ahead and grab it now. And I'm going to help you get down to the ground and be ready. But then I'm going to probably sit back up and take you through the relaxation so you can hear my voice more easily. And you stay laying. I'll tell you when it's time to get up, and we'll all meet together at the end of class. So, if you can go back to having your butterfly legs, put them down on the ground so you're sitting in butterfly pose. And then we're going to slowly roll, 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 roll all the way down. Now you might want to flap your butterfly wings a little. You can move your legs side to side if that feels comfortable. You could even bring your legs up and do a little happy baby if that helps you relax a little. Whatever feels comfortable, take a few more motions. And then grab your blanket if you have it. And remember, if you don't, that's just fine. And we're going to spread it out. And spread your legs out like you're just laying down as gently as you can. Spread your arms at your side. And make sure you're nice and cozy in your blanket and warm. That's a great way to feel for this relaxation part. Now, go ahead and put your hands on your belly. Or you can put one hand on your chest and one on your belly. We're going to take a deep breath in. And then a deep breath out. Take another deep breath in. And another deep breath out. And then one more deep breath in. And let it all out on a sigh. Great job. Now, if you're comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to imagine that you are a beautiful monarch butterfly. Now, wherever you're living right now, it's starting to feel a little cold. You might want to snuggle a little further into that blanket. And you know that it's time for you and all your brothers and sisters and family to head down to warmer climates. So one day, you fly up into the sky, and it might be rainy, and it might be cold, and it might be a tough flight, but you fly and fly for days and days, and slowly, the further south you fly, the more sun you start to see. And instead of cold, drizzly rain, you're starting to feel warm sunshine shining down on your body and letting you feel warm and relaxed and more able to just fly and enjoy the journey down south. So as you're flying, you feel pretty much weightless. And while you're laying on your mat, you feel that your body is just slowly melting into the ground, being weightless like a little butterfly. And you fly further and further south until soon you see white sandy beaches. And you know, oh my goodness, I'm almost there. This is what a beautiful place. So you fly a little further, gliding on the wind currents, and then you find a spot to land. It might be Mexico, it might be Florida, it might be one of the Caribbean islands, but as soon as you're there, you know in your heart it's the place you're supposed to be. And you look down and you see the most beautiful meadow you've ever seen. So as you're soaring on the wind currents, you start to lazily drift down towards the meadow, letting the warm sun soothe your body and your muscles because it was a really long flight. And then you ever so gently land in the meadow on some tall, springy grass. Now, as you look around you, you see beautiful flowers. You know they'll be there to nourish you whenever you get hungry, and they have a beautiful scent. Maybe you hear some birds calling in the distance. Maybe you see other monarchs just like you taking a rest in their new home for the winter. And as you sit on that grass, you start to feel the warmth of the ground and the warmth of the sun, and you just melt further and further into the ground, enjoying this relaxation time. You know that you've worked your body so hard, and now you finally get a chance to rest. And as you're resting in the grass, you breathe in and out, in and out, in and out, until you feel like you could almost drift off to sleep. Now, go ahead and gently wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a little bit of life back in your body. You can even scrunch them and stretch them a little if you want. And very, very slowly roll over to one side. You can put your hands under your head as a pillow. And then as you're ready, go ahead and push up to sitting. All right. I hope that felt good for everybody. It's always nice, especially after we work our bodies and get all the wiggles out. It's nice to take a little time for ourselves to relax as well. So now we're at the very end of our class, and we're going to sing our Namaste song together. And if you know it, go ahead and sing along right away. If not, we'll sing it twice through so you can learn it with me. Okay, so we take our hands, give yourself a super high five, bring them together at your heart, and it goes like this. My inner light, it shines for you. Your inner light is shining too. The beauty in me sees the beauty in you. Namaste. Okay, once more. My inner light, it shines for you. Your inner light is shining too. The beauty in me sees the beauty in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming to class today. I'm continuing my attitude of gratitude by thanking you. I had so much fun practicing today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.